Get started. I think HVAC's off. Did you check it to make sure? Off. Okay. Silence our cell phones.
Done my job today.
Let's see. All right. And then make sure your all's microphones are on. City Council, got that. And then I've asked Shane Britt to say our opening prayer, and then I'll ask Chief Wilson to say our lead us in our pledge. So if you want to.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for the day that you've given us. God, we thank you for the blessings upon our families, our lives, and this community. God, we ask that as we make decisions for the betterment of the citizens of Scottsville and Allen County, may you grant wisdom, knowledge, and insight to this council and the leadership of the city. May you bless us all, and may you keep us, make your face to shine down upon us, lift your countenance upon us. Give us your peace, Lord, both now and forevermore. It's in Christ Jesus' name we pray. And we all said, Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order of the Scottsville City Council, Monday, May the 11th. We'll do a roll call. Franklin?
Here.
Beverly?
Here.
Mark?
Here.
Heather?
Here.
Shane?
Here.
And Michael?
Here.
Okay. Full presence. We have a quorum to conduct business. If everyone has a chance to look at the agenda for today's meeting, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda for the meeting this morning.
I move that we approve today, May the 11th meeting agenda.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, all right, cool. All right, the minutes, April 27th, regular session. Any corrections or additions for the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve those for the April 27th regular session.
I so move.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? All right, okay, all right. Couple things. First of all, I want to deviate just a hair. I want to talk just a little bit about Shane. A couple Sundays ago, he had an event at his White Plains Free Methodist Church, which is very nice. The upgrade, remodeling. Did a great job. All the painting himself and all. No, he didn't either, actually. But he had a very special guest there. Cal Jr. was there and had a message, and Heather was there, and and Shane was there, and of course Peanut was there. Anybody else? Anyway, it was very nice. It was a kind of, well, we won't call it a grand opening, but it was kind of like to show the church, you know, what they've been doing. Anyway, do you want to talk a little bit about that? I mean, just what it meant to the community. It was kind of cool to hear him talk about his message. I mean, he had a very good message, you know, a little bit of his life story. I mean, it was pretty cool to hear all that. Of course, it was like a homecoming. Hillis and my neighbor Jerry Klein, all of them, they all graduated together, and you know, and it was kind of like a little bit. It had some stories to tell, but I don't know if they want to tell all of them or not. But yeah, just briefly. I mean, I know I'm deviating here, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I'd like to know how you got him here to start with.
Well, I believe this was a trap. You asked me to pray this morning.
I did, and I honestly I did, and I didn't think anything else about it. But when I got to thinking about it, I was like, well, you know.
Well, it was an honor to have Cal Jr. in the building. I appreciate him coming and his commitment to the ministry. He had invited me down to spend some time with him right after Christmas. We talked and prayed together, and we even sang together. And he decided, I invited him to come speak on that day, and he said, let's wait till spring. And he wanted to come down and speak, and he told me his testimony that day, excuse me, of him coming to Christ one evening at the Goat House. That's where the post office used to be, where the post office is now. After a service at Scottsville First United, he got to thinking about the song, The Old Rugged Cross, and realized that for the first time that Christ not only died for the world, Christ died for Cal Jr. I said, you got to come tell that testimony
Yeah.
and wrap it around all the things that you've done in your life. And I told him, I said, don't prepare anything, just speak from your heart. He come, and he did. And he did a great job with that, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate his commitment to the church.
Sure.
He had agreed to. He had called me couple of months ago on a Monday and said, "I want to help your church and help your building. I like what you're doing up there." And he said, "I want to do it as a match and dollar for dollar up to $100,000." So we appreciate that, and we appreciate his.
He didn't tell
commitment to
anybody
the-
though, right? He just did it like some. He don't tell the people who needs to know, or didn't he just
No,
say?
he didn't tell anybody. He
That's
didn't
a
tell
great
anybody, and they know it now.
Somebody has to write the check, right?
That's right. But it was a great service, and it was great having him, and it was a homecoming for him, and he
Yeah.
felt like he was home, which he was, and he had a good time, and it was an honor to have him in our sanctuary.
I mean, he just seems so relaxed and I mean, like, you know, it just, you wouldn't, if you didn't know him, you wouldn't know really who he was. It was just kind of, it was very cool, very nice. But it had a good turnout, and it was just a testament to his commitment to the community. But I just liked the fact he came up and just, you know, did his thing, talked from the heart. Anyway, but it was a nice event. So
I appreciate the council members that could come.
Sure.
That was there along with you and the
Yeah.
city attorney behind.
Oh, that's
it.
right, Hallie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Appreciate that. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You can go now. I mean, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah.
Unless you want to stay for a benediction.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, Lauren, you want to talk a little bit about the what's going on as far as the municipal aid
Sure.
aid fund this year?
So we just last week received our updated agreement for municipal road aid funding. It is included in your packet. This is something that we receive each year. This goes toward our paving of our streets, update sidewalks, things like that. And in years past, we have had to hold a separate public hearing or public meeting for public comment on the municipal road aid funding, which is essentially like a red tape requirement that allows the public to offer their feedback and their comment on where they think the funds would be best spent. So about a year ago, that was actually updated. The legislature updated that to where we are not required to hold a separate meeting for that, but it does have to be listed on a regular meeting agenda as a topic of comment. Just to show that it was open to the public. There is the availability for the public to come in and speak their concerns and opinions on where they think the funds would be best spent. And so that's what this is here. It's just kind of an open forum for anybody to offer any input on the spending of the municipal road aid funds.
Normally, they've had a public meeting and, you know, nobody really shows. I mean, I think there's a system. I mean, Greg might talk about that a little bit if he wants to or not. It's just, there's a system they usually go through, looking at priorities. They ride the streets and, you know, and they, of course, there's a record of what has been done and what hasn't been done. Fortunately, we were able to do quite a bit this year. We actually just did Hinton Anderson about a month ago or so. What happened is that was supposed to have been done last fall, and we end up laying a new sewer line out there because it's been an issue. I mean, it's been broken several times over the years. So we took the time and effort to replace the sewer line. Which one was it, Force Main or Force Main? And because there's two different sewer lines out there. And so in the meantime, we had to dig up some driveways, different things like that. And there were a couple people got on me pretty good about not getting it done in the fall. Well, it happens. I would rather wait and do it right. So we get her, because we had to concrete at least 3 driveways. And then the sewer, and the sewer was really important because when it breaks, it, you know, people then they really notice that. So we waited till spring, and Derek had his advice. He said we need to wait until spring to make it better, and we did, and it worked out perfect. So if you haven't been out there, you can take a ride through there. So So that worked out really well. So, and I think this year we'll, look to some other projects to do. It's a matter of money. I think, it's based on the gas tax. I mean, there's a distribution through the state. So, it'll just depend on how big the pie is, and so anyway, but I will say that what money we get, we, try to maximize the usage to get it around as many people as possible or enough streets. But we keep that up. We keep that record of what has been done. Right. Okay. All right. That being said, anybody have any comments? And you don't have to do it now, but if you've got, like you say, you've got a street or something maybe you don't think had been paved, I mean, just send us a text or email, right? I mean, we're taking recommendations. I mean, that's part, if the council, if y'all see somebody, whatever, that thinks their street may need, paving or hadn't been done in quite a while, that's what we're for. So.
Mayor Greg afforded me the opportunity to ride through with him last year after he had rode through and actually evaluated the roads that were going to be repaved, et cetera. So I can truly tell everyone in here and the people that are listening today, unbiased selection. It was need-based. So we rode through. He chose areas where the roads were the worst were the ones that Greg chose, and I appreciate him for that, and I appreciate him for allowing me the opportunity to ride with him.
Thank you for those comments, and that's what that's our goal, is an objective decisions of what needs to be done. Okay, I think Jackie's not here yet. He's the he's the director of the drug task force. Okay, he'll be a little bit. We want to hear. He's going to give us an update. So we'll move into a little bit of business. All the items are basically second readings.
How does the amount compare that we get this year compare with last year?
Do we even know what the amount is yet?
Yes, so,
Okay.
later on in the agenda, we have an approval for the resolution, but the amount this year was, $82,416.57. No, it is $18,083.93 less than last year.
I figured it would be.
How much?
$18,083.93 less.
Did the governor just suspend the gas tax or some tax for a little bit? I don't know if that'll affect the revenue or not.
10
But
cents a gallon.
10
10 cents a gallon.
Okay, yeah. So
Changed it, or that's what it is?
He suspended 10 cents a gallon.
okay, so moving along, second reading of ordinance number 905-26, annexing a contiguous tract of 21.5953 acres into the city limits. I mean, oh wait, do I even have that in my thing? Okay, so do we need to talk about it? You want to talk about that? We'll go through them because we got 4 or 5 here to do and just kind of refresh our memories.
Well, I don't have my notes with me
Oh,
today.
well, okay, sorry about that.
But that one appears to be the Hummer property, which is between Smiths Grove Road and New Glasgow Road. With that, there was a portion of the property that they're subdividing that was currently in the city limits and Zone B2. So that this is just the continuation of the portion that's going to be developed adjacent to that and behind the Scottsville Church of Christ.
I want to interrupt you a second. Courtney, did you post something about going to YouTube? Okay, so if you cannot hear audio on Facebook, she's put a link to the YouTube. You can go listen to it. You got 2 choices. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with that,
It's
but
so random that some
it's very
people
random.
can, and 1 or 2 can't.
right.
So,
Most people, but I'm just saying, if you don't, you got an alternative. So let's make sure that if you can't hear it, that way you've got an alternative. So, okay, all right, move along. Sorry.
That's fine.
So that's it. Okay, so any other questions about that? I'll entertain a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance number 905-26.
I so moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All right. Ordinance number 906-26, 3.874 acres into the city limits.
That is going to be the gross property that is directly to the west of the First Bank headquarters on Veterans Memorial Highway. That is the front portion that's just along that existing ingress egress easement. They're eventually, I think, going to annex additional, but this is just what they wanted to annex at this time, with some commercial potential clients that they have been in discussion with.
If not, any questions, I'll approve a motion to approve the second reading of an ordinance number 906-26.
So move.
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right. Second reading 907-26, 0.76 acres.
This one is a rezoning for 171 Franklin Road from single family to B2 business. That one is right there across from the old White Plains Elementary School that is developed as apartments. And the new owners of that structure wanted the capability to have some flexibility in who they rented to. That's why they're seeking rezoning.
No other question, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance, second reading ordinance number 907-26.
I move approval.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? All right, okay. 908-26, second reading ordinance 3.8740 acres.
This is that same tract that we were talking about previously of Brian Gross, that's just to the west of First Bank. We have to put zoning on the property as it's annexed into the city limits so that we can follow protocols with the zoning ordinance.
Any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve 908-26.
I move that we approve ordinance number 908-26.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor? All right,
I'm gonna abstain.
okay, all right, let me do a roll call.
The abstention will count with the majority.
Go out.
The reason is, he's listed that for sale with the real estate.
Say that out right now.
Brian's listed that for sale with Mills' office.
Oh,
So
okay,
I just-
all right, okay, sure. Okay, so 908-26, that's where we're at, okay. Franklin, we'll just do a roll call on it, vote. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Beverly?
Yes.
Yes. Mark?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Yes. Shane?
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay. Thank you, he can come back. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's good, it's fine, no, that's all right. Second reading ordinance number 909-26, 21.5953 acres.
That's the Hummer property that we talked about earlier.
Okay. Any issues there? If not, I entertain a motion to approve the second reading of 909-26.
So move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? All right. Okay, well, you got a great memory, you didn't need your notes, it's awesome.
Every once in a while, I get lucky.
Resolution number 143-26, adopting and approving the execution of a municipal, golly, Brittany, road co-op contract between the City of Scottsville and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026. You want to talk a little bit about that? I don't know what to say, but.
It's essentially what we just went over. So this is the updated municipal road aid agreement for 26-27. It is in the amount of $82,416.57. Like we discussed, it is about $18,000 less than last year's funding. And if you all notice, this agreement, just like last year, does address the 3% of those funds that we put in the pool of money with the state. What that does is, it allows essentially a slush fund for the entire state so that if you have any major emergencies, such as road collapses, which we experienced on East Locust Street last year, you can apply for additional funding through municipal road aid if you participate in that 3% withholding and obtain additional funding for those types of fixes. So that's what that 3% is, and we have done that for many years now and have reaped the benefits of it as well.
Any questions? No, I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution number 143-26.
Yes, sir.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, okay, all right. Oh, and also, one note from Chris, you can listen to the meeting on WLCK 1250 AM or 100.1 FM. He's not here, he's in the studio, but we are live, He's just, he's here in spirit, but he's also controlling the controls, whatever back there. Anyway, sorry about that. I don't know why I forget that every single time. I don't know why. You'd think I'd remember that, but who knows? Anyway, okay, we got surplus. Epson WF7710 printer, no longer needed, used for disposal. I'm not sure who has any information on that, but
This was sent to me from dispatch. This was a color printer that the police department had actually given to them a few years ago because they did not have a color printer up until the last 2 or 3 years. This has since become an unused piece of equipment and essentially is just taking up space. They no longer need it. They're just needing to get it surplus so that they can dispose of it.
any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve the request to declare the Epson printer surplus for disposal.
I so move.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? All right. Not a very glamorous proposal, but hey. Okay, so, our guest, Jackie Hunt, is here from the, South Central Kentucky Drug Task Force. Is this your first or second year? You only got like 35, how many years you got? You can tell us a little bit. I wanna hear about your career, like, are you 30, how many years? You been doing
December
this?
be 35 years.
Oh,
in
yeah,
law
you're just getting started.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm a retired KSP, and I've been the director in the drug task force for the last, 10 years, I think. But, of course, we brought on Allen County last year, and it's been a great fit. So glad to have these guys, which I already had been working with the guys that were signed to the task force, and I knew I was getting a good group of guys. We're only as good as our personnel. So, I was gonna, I got some stuff here that I was gonna look at, but I'm gonna have to put on my little reading glasses here, and I gotta read from my phone because my secretary had court this morning, so she didn't get what I really needed printed out, but that's my fault. I just wanted to kind of go through some stats, show you what we have in the community and what we've been doing. My people have been extremely busy. I say guys, but I've got a lady too, so guys and gals. It's no surprise that we have that we deal with a lot of methamphetamine. That's our main drug, our main focus. Now, including that and a little separate is fentanyl. Everybody's heard of it at this point. There's a couple of different versions of it. There's carfentanil, which is even more potent than fentanyl. For y'all that isn't in my world, you remember, especially like people my age or older, they used to talk back like in the 70s, they'd talk about uppers and downers and barbiturates and stuff like that, where some drugs are uppers and some are downers. Your downers are your, Valium, stuff like that kind of puts you to sleep. Uppers are a stimulant, like meth is a stimulant. Cocaine is a stimulant. Heroin is a downer. That's just the way it affects the brain and the central nervous system. The weird thing about fentanyl is a synthetic opiate. Heroin is an opiate derivative. It comes from the opiate, the poppy. That's where it's derived from. Cocaine comes from the coca plant. And none of that stuff's really grown here. They do grow some poppies, but a lot of it's grown in Mexico, and believe it or not, Afghanistan grows a lot of opium poppies. But anyway, I'm just kind of giving you a little background to understand what we deal with around here and where it comes from and that sort of thing. What makes fentanyl so potent in methamphetamine is we were seeing heroin. We were seeing the reason why they mix fentanyl with it is it's cheap. It's a synthetic opiate, as I described. It's made in China. China was mass producing. China has no moral compass. They don't care what they produce and put out in the world, and they can produce it in cheap and mass quantities. Well, these drug lords, the drug cartels, they realized they could get all this from China, so they started adding it are making an additive to their drug to get a bigger supply for a cheaper amount. Well, they were adding it with heroin, so you were taking which fentanyl is a downer. You know, I was explaining uppers and downers. Well, you take heroin, which is a downer, and you mix it, it just makes it even a more downer. Well, it causes, overdose deaths because people go to sleep and they never wake up. Well, then they started mixing it with methamphetamine, where us in the drug world didn't understand that, because now you're taking an upper, a stimulant, which is meth, and mixing it with a downer. So now your body don't know what to do. So it causes overdose deaths because of that. Now, somebody that's used to taking methamphetamine, or they're used to taking heroin, that's what they're used to, their body's used to it. They may take enough that it would kill a normal person, but it doesn't them because they build up a tolerance. But then they get from this drug dealer, well, this one drug dealer decides to mix fentanyl in with their product to get more product. Well, now this person that's used to taking that now takes it with fentanyl involved, and that can cause an overdose death. That's why you see somebody say, well, they were taking drugs for a long time, and all of a sudden they overdosed and died. It's because they got a hot shot of fentanyl. Well, drug dealers have kind of gotten smart, and they're starting to dilute the fentanyl, so we're not getting as many overdose deaths in the last year or two, for a couple of different reasons. For that, and for the fact that we've really been hammering people. We've been investigating and prosecuting and putting them in prison, people that are selling, that causes an overdose death. And Narcan, which a lot of you may have heard of it, or especially the EMS people. That's what they give people that are having an overdose. It's a lot more readily available because the health department's giving it out now. You can go to the health department and get some Narcan because it will bring you out of an overdose. Now, most EMS people will tell you it takes more than one shot of Narcan a lot of times to bring somebody out of an overdose. So anyway, I just wanted to give you kind of a little background, a little more than just, yes, we got a meth problem.
Jackie, I think I'm not mistaken, all the city trucks employees at least were issued, or have been in the past, Narcan kits. And actually, I think Shane Britt, who was here, had gone down and give them a tutorial on Narcan. I know it's user friendly, but sometimes it's quick. People can use it. It's kind of like you can use it. It's self-explanatory if you get in a spot where you don't normally have it. But we've actually kind of reviewed that with the employees in the past.
Very smart, and I was gonna say that, and I will add to that. If you don't have any Narcan at your house, it wouldn't hurt to stop by the health department or someplace. There's places that give it out now. Come by the drug task force at our office. We'll give you some. It's because we get it through grants.
Faith Coalition gives it out, I think.
Faith Coalition gives it out. ASAP gives it out. And when they first come out with it, you had to take it out. You had to put this and do all this stuff, and you're like, somebody's dying. Now it's like a plunger. You take it out and you shove it up their nose and you push the trigger, and that's literally it. And and here's the good thing about Narcan, it ain't gonna hurt you. If somebody, you think they're having an overdose and maybe they were having a seizure or something else, and you shot them with Narcan, you're like, I'm afraid I'm going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt them anyway. It's not. That's not what it does. So it's not. It's if you don't, it's suspected, it would go ahead and do it. So like I said, if you're a parent, or if you're somebody that whatever you do for a living, it wouldn't hurt to have a box of Narcan in your vehicle or at the house. I've got, any given time, I've got 2 or 3 in my vehicle. The other day, my guys were packaging some dope at our office, which we do daily. And one of my guys started getting a little woozy, and we got out Narcan, getting ready to Narcan him and he went outside and got some fresh air and got better, but probably got a little whiff of it. So, it's scary stuff. So, like I said, Narcan's really, like a lot of public employees now are carrying it, and that's a good thing. But I'm just going to kind of go down the list of stuff that we deal with. I won't try to bore you with too many statistics, but this is just this is our quarterly stats that we give to HIDA this was for both counties, but this was just some of the drugs we come across. Meth, oxycodone, diazepam, gabapentin, Ben-Nostol, and don't even ask me what that was. We got one of them. Marijuana, spice, meth, marijuana, meth, fentanyl, marijuana, meth, fentanyl, meth, hydrochloride, tazidine, meth, marijuana, meth, marijuana vapes, marijuana liquid, hydrocodone, losartan, mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, hydrocodone, Adderall. Yes, people traffic in Adderall. Meth, cocaine, Suboxone. Yes, people traffic in Suboxone. Tanzidine, Adderall, meth, fentanyl. I'm just kind of going gabapentin, hydrocodone, and I mean I'm just kind of giving you overall. And I mean these are seizures. Some of these are from drug buys, or some of them we took off people, but we break it down in quantity. Like marijuana vape, 7,500 dose units. So that's a bunch. But like Adderall 15, meth 86, that's grams. So, which is a couple, 4 ounces or so. Fentanyl, you get fentanyl in really small amounts because it's so concentrated, like 1 gram here, 2 grams there. And some people just deal in fentanyl. If you've got somebody that's dealing in fentanyl, like they're a drug dealer and they're selling fentanyl, they're like a drug dealer's drug dealer. Because that's like a drug dealer selling something to a drug dealer that he can cut his product with. So that's we get somebody that's selling fentanyl, we really try to hammer them. We've got federal partners on our task force, and we're a federal designated task force. So if it meets the criteria, we'll take a case federal. And the reason why we do that is I prefer, and we get the county attorney here, I prefer the state courts because it's just simpler. The federal courts are really difficult and things take forever and get drawn out. But the one thing is when they get federally sentenced, they have to serve 85% of their sentence. So that, if we got somebody that's got a lengthy criminal history or whatever, we'll go that route, just try to get rid of them for a while. I mean, we'll have drug dealers, it's like a revolving door, but we finally will hammer them enough where we get rid of them for a while. So let's see what I was going to say. Firearms. Just this last quarter, we took 19 firearms off the street. We opened 153 criminal cases. I've got target investigative data deconflictions, 28. What that is, that's just a stat that we keep up with. I have my guys pick out targets. Like somebody will come to us or saying so-and-so's dealing dope or whatever. Well, sometimes I'll have them like pick out a target, like this person here, we're getting complaints on. Let's target that person. That's where task forces come in handy because we've got my Allen County guys and my Simpson County guys, but we'll focus on one and they all come together and like go after that person. So that's when we say targets, like we target drug dealers. That's what we do. We've got drone capabilities now in both counties. We do a lot of drone flying for different things. We seize vehicles, we seize guns, we trace test the guns through the ATF. So a lot of times if we take guns off the street, we'll send in ballistic samples to see that if they've been used in a crime somewhere else. You'd be surprised what pops up sometimes. Like you'll get a gun and it was used in a homicide in Atlanta, 5 years ago or whatever. So our money, when we've got this piece of equipment that was bought from HIDA, but it's a money counter, but it's more than a money counter. It's a very expensive money counter. I think it costs like $12,000, but it's connected to a network. And when we use buy money, like money, I've got a fund where I give my guys drug money where they go out and buy drugs off the street. Well, before they do that, they document this money through this program, and it goes into a federal system. And if somebody in Texas or whatever runs money, and it can pop up, it can tie back to us, and that's happened. So it kind of ties money up, and sometimes we'll get money from somebody, and we'll run it, and it'll tie into something in another state. Sometimes it ties into our own money, or it ties into Warren County, or it ties into wherever. So, you know, we may buy from one person and run our money, and it tied into somebody else we bought dope of. Well, that, you know, now they're connected. So we do organized crime cases like that. So anyway, proud of my guys. Like I said, we working hard. I don't have a weak link in my task force right now. So, and that's not always been the case, but it is right now. So I just wanted to come up and show my face. You don't see me much, but you see my guys a lot. But I spend way too much time behind a desk than I'd like to. But I was once out there doing the other thing. But anyway, I'm open to any questions anybody has.
Heather, you want to talk a little bit about what you do? As far as, I mean, you see the criminal side of it. Heather is
work with them.
a drug addiction recovery
I knew you did
counselor.
something like that. I wasn't
Yeah.
exactly sure.
And
Yeah.
she can tell you the horror side of that part of the people that you can't get to or get them off the street. Totally, because it's a great program.
Well, we win some and we lose some. It is a very good program. It's in Warren County. It's Journey Pure. I'm fortunate. I work at the outpatient clinic, and I work with the psych doctors and therapists and things, but we see a lot of people that come in. We drug test them. We always wear gloves. You never know what, people, they pack it in. We've had it flushed down commodes. We've had, the list goes on and on and on, what we deal with. But there are some success stories that come out of it, and you guys, you have the hard job, but 9 times out of 10, those people, when they do straighten their lives up, they're thankful for that. So, and I thank you for what you do.
Yeah, we see that a lot. We put people in jail sometimes, and they come back later and said, I was strung out, I was doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing, and it was a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Some people are just born to it. They just are. But
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that a lot of people don't have a support group. They don't have the support.
That's true.
You do see failures and back and forth, and people get in jail. And drug addiction they do commit criminal acts during drug addiction sometimes, but part of it's just a sickness. And if you've got an organization like she works for, different organizations, and can have that consistent support, eventually you can get on the other side, I think. Like you said, there are some very good stories. I had a little experience with that working with adult ed, and Judge Crocker and I think Judge Thurman, same thing. Part of their program is they require a GED. A lot of it was because of families, different things, a lot of broken families, and drug addiction seems to be the culprit for a lot of that. And we've seen some stuff. People get their GED, they improve their economic place, they help their families, and so it's all it's kind of a big community. And if you can get that kind of help, some people just don't have anybody. You see that.
And Allen County, we're very fortunate to have the Dream Center and the resources that they provide. I think it's the second Tuesday of every month. They work with people that some are, they have, developmental delays. There's, special education, and they aren't very well taken care of at home. And a lot of times these individuals grow up and they turn to crime, they turn to drugs, whatever they can do and they self-medicate. But the Dream Center, they offer a lot of different resources, and they reach out to all these people. Darren and Amy have reached out to me at Journey Pure, and we've helped people, get into sober living, get into, treatment programs. And dual diagnosis places are very, very good because they address the mental health aspect of drug abuse.
Yeah, Victor Hill is the one that sponsors Dream Center, and she mentioned Amy Payne and Darren Blankenship. Those two have been through it, and I did a great podcast with them last year, and they walk the walk, talk the talk. And, you know, the thing is, a lot of times people can lecture you on something or think you know something, but now when Darren and Amy talk to you about it, buddy, they've been through it, you ain't gonna get nothing over on them, and they understand. And, you know, empathy goes a long ways in a lot of situations. And I think that, you know, if you can get them in the right spot, get the support. And the Dream Center has been a huge commitment to this community for that. And they have like education, and they work on the GED. I know Amy's actually got a private residence where she has drug addicting recovery folks that, you know, but she's very strict about the rules, what they have to do, so forth. And so there's a lot out there. You just got to be willing to reach out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're the drug task force, but we, you know, I don't know of a person on my task force wouldn't want to see somebody cleaned up. You know, we're all about that, and we're not trying to get drug users. Sometimes they fall in the mix, but yeah, we're all about that.
Right. You like to see less of that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
love to be out of business, right?
Oh, sure, sure.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I mean, I've got children and
Sure.
I've grandchildren, and you know, I don't, you know, I'm dealing with the same thing everybody else is, you know, and I worry about them and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a tough road.
Right, it is for everybody. So, Jackie, thank you all. Thank you very much. Anybody, any other questions? Not? Okay. They're doing great work. I mean, I see you on the press releases. You know, you've had some pretty high profile drug busts here in the last few weeks in Allen
Sometimes,
County.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we chased one.
You literally chased him through
chased
town.
him through town. He was from Nash Vegas, and he had a pretty bad criminal history, and you know, he got caught up in our web. But yeah, well, there's something else I was going to say about that. But Chief Wilson, he's been a big supporter of us, and so is the sheriff. So, you know, Mr. Michael over there, he's been involved in it too, you know, and he still is with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, so he can tell you what we do and what we don't do. So, but anyway, and also we will and we do programs and stuff like that, so we can speak to people and stuff like that. Some of my guys are better speakers than others. Some of them like it and some of them don't. But if you have a group or a setting or whatever, I mean, either me or I'll send one of my people to come and talk to the group. No problem.
Sure.
Whether it's a church group or a civic group or whatever it is, or we'll just reach out to me. We'll make it happen.
I really love being a part of that South Central Drug Task Force, especially, you know, I think our Scottsville City Police and Allen County Sheriff's Department, they're on fire. It's a great partnership, you know, a lot of camaraderie, and they're working together to get it off, you know, and have to get it off the street.
Well, and I told the chief when he was the chief deputy and the sheriff and the former chief, you know, that's why I approached Allen County, because they had a lot of good, I mean, they had a lot of good, it was a good partnership. They were doing the right thing, and I wanted to join that. So that's what we're doing.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Appreciate it, folks.
You don't have to stay. But whatever. You already got places to
Well,
be.
I do have somewhere to be, but
Sure.
like I said, I'll be back over here tomorrow because I'm going to do the same thing for physical court. But,
Yeah. Great.
But reach out anytime.
All right.
Y'all have a
Thank you,
good morning.
Jackie. All right.
Thank you.
Are you going back to Franklin
I am. You need me?
tomorrow?
Okay. All right. See y'all later.
All right. Okay. All right. Moving along. Well, I guess we'll follow up. Chief? What we could do, as far as maybe let you read the report, and then we'll approve your report, and then we'll do the dispatch report after that.
Okay.
Because I don't think we really have to approve the dispatch report. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Mayor, before we move to Mr. Wilson, what was Jackie's last name?
Hunt?
Hunt, from Franklin, is that
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's on your, I think it's on there, isn't it?
It's on it.
Yes, the name's on your thing,
Okay.
circle, there, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, he's been in the bit, what did he say, been a state policeman, he's been
35 years.
30,
Okay.
he's just getting started,
Was
he's a
it
pup.
Franklin?
Okay.
From Franklin?
Yeah, Franklin,
Yes.
that's where he lives now. Okay, thanks, Brittany. Yeah, great memory. Appreciate that. Come back in 10 years, that memory. Okay.
We good?
Yeah.
All right, good morning. For the month of April, we had 14 alarm calls, 13 welfare checks, 77 traffic stops, 23 motorist assists, 29 lockouts, 5 escorts, 13 non-injury accidents, 9 injury accidents, 19 attempts to serve, 11 attempts to locate, 8 theft reports, 9 domestic calls, 13 juvenile complaints, 1 mental health, 3 alcohol calls, and 42 arrests. For extra patrol, we had 324 for a total of 901.
Any questions on his report? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve Chief Wilson's monthly report for the Scottsville Police Department.
I move that we approve Chief Wilson's report.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All right. Okay, thank you. Now, okay, thanks.
For the month of April, Scottsville 911 Center, we had a total of 2,009, 47 fire calls, 324 EMS, 737 Allen County Sheriff's Office, 901 from the Scottsville Police Department, for a total of 532. On the 911 calls, I'm sorry, 532 on the 911 calls.
You want to give him a brief update on the remodel or what it may, possible remodel at the dispatch, what we're thinking about doing?
Yes, we're still working through that piece. The consoles we're looking to get, everybody's aware we're needing to add a third station to that dispatch center. I don't want to rehash something we've already hashed out in the past, but just a quick summary. I mean, if you look at the amount of calls we're taking, sometimes you can't really take into account, just, you could break it down number-wise, say, oh, that's only 3 calls an hour. But that one call may take 10, 15 minutes. And you're actually still on that call. That call's still open, so that dispatcher's still communicating. So anyway, if you come in there in the dispatch a lot of times in the afternoon, you're gonna see most of our time our dispatchers are busy. So we've needed that third station to bring some of that relief to where we could assign, say, a dispatcher to the sheriff's office, dispatcher to the police, and a dispatcher to fire EMS. That way those 3 dispatchers only have to focus on that one entity, and they're not bouncing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. At any rate, it's taken some logistical pieces to get there, obviously money, things of that nature. So we're looking at potentially trying to move the dispatch from that outside wall of the building into the center of the building. For one, for a lot of you guys maybe not be familiar, but NCIC purposes, like I tinted the front window when you walk up, and the reason being because there's computer screens and stuff in there that the general public is not allowed to see. So by law, we can't have that available. So moving that into the center of the building would basically just completely mitigate that altogether. So nobody's in there unless it's general public. It's a wider space. It would fit the 3 consoles in there easier. However, we're still working through some logistical pieces. Electricity, we've got to make sure it can be wired up right in there, running the new wires for the new CAD system that's coming in June and July. So we're still operating through that right now. That is the goal for that reason. So
Of course, a lot of this stuff, most of it will be done in-house, except for the core tech part, the technical part. Tracy and Josh will be doing the construction, demolition, whatever. And of course, we've got Tracy as far as the electrician now. Core Tech, and they've already had a meeting with Core Tech. Actually, one of the Core Tech techs lives in L.A., Florida office, and so he's here available a lot. Remember, he's very efficient. I think the county's even maybe looking at because of the quick response for Core Tech, but they'll be in charge of the actual installation of the wiring. But and I don't know, maybe you've already followed this about actually just being able to wire it without having to go through all the tearing that down.
we did submit for a grant for the third station. We've not heard, I don't think we'll hear anything back on that probably until July. But you're looking at around to add that third station, get it up and running with the CAD, the recording and all that stuff that goes along with it. You're looking at about $50,000 to get that third station up and going.
Of course, CAD is, the county is responsible for the hardware and software of that dispatch. I mean, they get that through their, what is it? Yeah, that's the tax from the, well, it's actually landline, not cell phones. Well, if we get it on the cell phones, we'd be in business. Landlines, you'd be surprised, there's just not many landlines available anymore. So, anyway, but I mean, they're moving along, it's, you know, and I think that,
We're just trying to evolve a little bit.
Hmm.
We're trying to bring it into 2026.
oh, yeah, and that's fine, it just takes time. But Bowling Green's been very, supportive. I mean, we get in the consoles. Too bad Jeff Young's not here. Talk about, he just got a, new Suburban from the, Bowling Green Fire Department at a very cheap rate. Had very few miles on it. Actually, they offered us a fire truck, but it was kind we could use. So, but they've done some other vehicles, some actually gifts. I forget what it was. It was an SUV or something like that. So they've been got a great relationship with Bowling Green Fire Department. So.
Well, 911 is obviously, like I said before, I mean, that's your offensive line, so it's not going away. You know,
no.
And so we gotta have it. So if we're gonna have it, we might as well make it as efficient as we can possibly make it, you know, because people call, they want us to be proficient at what we're doing. So that's where we're trying to get to.
Well, I mean, that's the first point.
Yeah.
That's who you talk to.
And they're doing a good job. We're just
Yeah.
trying to make it a little bit better, so.
Sure. Okay, is that it?
That's it. We are looking to hire a couple part-time dispatchers to help
Absolutely.
offset, you know, some of the manpower. We've got a couple of girls in the pipeline for that right now. One started, Haley Scott, which you remember her dad, Chris, retired from Scottsville PD. So she's come on part-time.
Right.
So,
So anybody you might want to, you know, it's one of those things that you don't know until you do it, whether you can. Because
It's not for everybody.
it's a lot of pressure. I mean, you know, pick up the phone, you don't know what's on the other end of that. And I think that some people like the idea of it, but then when they get into it, you know, it's tough mentally, stuff like that. That's something you just don't leave it. You know, when you leave work, you don't leave it. All right. So, okay. Thanks, Chief.
thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Okay. So we did the motion. Okay. All right, ready? Okay.
According to your council report, we have the following invoices pending in each fund. General Administration, $16,715.50. Police Department, $26,910.16. Fire Department, $185.39. Street Department, $82,056.72. Dispatch, $534.23, and Transit, $2,632.17, for a total of $129,034.17 the general fund. Cemetery, $2,981.07. Water Distribution, $43,304.29. Sewer Department, $45,170.10. Sanitation, $22,117.98. Water Treatment, $16,870.45, for a total of $127,462.82 in the water fund. And in gas, $30,987.85.
So Susan, as a guest, and what we do is we send out a packet on Friday, and they have it over the weekend to review a lot of the stuff, and then not just during the meetings, but if there's questions like during a lot of the expenditures and budget stuff like that, they have a chance to go through. May not get the answer during the meeting, but they will contact Evelina or Beth Ann or whoever they need to talk to about expenditures. I mean, so it's an open communication to understand. And I was going to tell you a little bit about, and you may already know this, but a while ago, Brittany, when she was talking about those different changes and to B2 residential, what they do is they put up the signs, you've seen them with notice fine, but also they have a public meeting. And that gives residents or whoever an opportunity to express their pros or cons or whatever. And then eventually come back to city council and they approve that. But one of the things, and Franklin in particular always ask, was there any comments from residents or neighbors or whatever? And I think that plays a big part. So, the council takes it seriously about what the people think in that area before they would grant a change like that. And I think, so there is a process in place. And I think there's plenty of notification from the public. But that was just FYI, just since you were here. Okay, all right. Any questions on the report? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second? All in favor? All right, okay, thank you all. Okay. Brittany?
All right, for the month of April, we had a total of 970.58 overtime hours totaling 29,650.20, none of which were reimbursable other than school traffic.
Quick.
Month of April, 2026, Scottsville Water, Gas, Sewer, Sanitation, Street Department are as follows. Water Department, we repaired 4 water leaks, read 2,460 water meters, replumbed 1 air release valve and 1 meter set, performed pitot testing hydrants. We're still in the process of trying to complete that. Performed 3 taps and installed 3 water meters. Located valves at Dollar General Warehouse, and also was locating valves at Maysville Road Water Tank. Gas Department, we inspected rectifiers, performed odorant tests, read 1,183 gas meters, adjusted gas pressures on all of our large meters for our factories such as Sumitomo, Halton, such as that. Performed gas meter survey, replumbed a gas valve on North 1st Street, performed 2 gas taps, and installed 2 gas meters, held monthly gas safety class, checked pressures on large gas meters, poured concrete pad for gas meter set at Belmark Factory. Sewer Department hydro vacuumed various valves and meters, repaired 1 sewer clean out off 31 East South, and inspected GIS map sewer manholes in the system. Sanitation, again this month we hauled 42 loads of garbage. Street, we hauled 53 loads of brush, 2 loads of junk, 1 load of recyclables, several loads of gravel for stockpiling. We repaired or replaced 2 road signs, performed weekly vehicle and park inspections, installed 2 additional lamp poles on the south side of the square at the new crosswalk, repaired, seed and strawed 1 yard, replaced sections of sidewalks on North 4th Street, East Poplar Street, and Old Glasgow Road, started mowing out the right-of-ways for the year. Also done various vehicle and equipment. Various vehicles and equipment were serviced, 14 in total by Andy. Ran conduit for the sprinkler system lines on both south side quadrants of the square. That's when you look up there at the square and you see where we done the road cuts and stuff. We put some pipe in there so that company can come back and pull the water lines through to finish the sprinkler systems. Also, we ran 1 day with double garbage trucks due to the holiday and completed 168 work orders again this month, ranging from line locates, shut-offs, garbage can tracking, master meter readings, and more.
Had a busy month. Got plenty to do. Right now, we're spending a little bit of time out at Burnley Road.
Yes, sir.
Got a sewer line stopped up there somewhere between Pharmacy Arts and the Curve, I guess, Allen County Water Office. So it's been there before. Apparently, there's some nostalgia there. Years ago, Jeff Shipley was involved in a project, so kind of going back in the day. So as the operator, but hopefully we'll find it.
Hopefully we find it today.
Yeah. So appreciate Kenny Anderson spending his Mother's Day weekend pumping sewage. So.
Yeah, he sent me a video yesterday, him pumping a manhole at Burnley Road next to the hospital, and his wife's in the truck with him, and he said, "Happy Mother's Day," waved to the camera. Yeah. And I told him nothing said love like taking your wife along.
And he his job's kind of crappy anyway, you know. So, but he's very good about. I'm telling you, night and day, he's very good about coming to our rescue.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, all right. Good report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, April 2026 transit report. 762 riders, 405 of those were morning riders, 357 PM riders. We had 60 wheelchair lift assists for the month. Drove 2,277 miles in service for 21 days. We averaged 36 riders per day. 62 riders on Wednesday, April 1st was our top day. And we also had 219 Wednesday riders. For the calendar year, we provided 2,844 rides so far. We did take a bus out to the medical center. We were invited out to a check presentation. They got a grant and they're building a new covered transit shelter out there, just right outside the ER. So we're very excited about that. I know the passengers will be. So once again, very excited to be a part of the medical center, and we have a good relationship and a partnership. That's probably our most popular stop every day. We take it to and from the medical center, so looking forward to getting that covered shelter out there. Also, all of our drivers completed their CPR training, 2-year training. So thanks to Ricky for conducting that class as instructor. So right now, all of our training is up to date, and we're good to go with all of our drivers' training.
I hate cause I miss that. Ricky is really good about his time, about training. They came in on Saturday morning, and I don't know if I don't know if he gets anything or not. I think he just does that as a service, so it's a good thing. Cause we have to, to be CPR certified. I hate cause I missed that though. I need to get mine updated. So if I come to your rescue, don't, cause I'm not recertified yet. So no, I want somebody certified. Okay. Thank you. That was a nice little ceremony the other day out at Med Center. So we appreciate that partnership. Scott Dobler.
Yes, my apologies for getting the report late to you. Lauren certainly saved me. I was out sick a couple days last week. So one of the things that I wanted to point out to you is internships. We have 3 summer internships that are going to be going on. Embry Pierce, who was working with us through WKU, has graduated, and he's continuing on working for us part-time along with Walmart. So he's really integrated into a lot of our different programs and projects we've been going along. In addition to that, Cameron Hernandez works with us, although he is for Allen County. And Geographic Information Systems is kind of a secondary system that integrates into all the different areas that you've been hearing these reports. For instance, our primary concern is water, sewer, gas. We support transit, we support water treatment, the cemetery projects, which I'll mention more here in just a little bit, as well as wastewater. And in our last report, we talked about how we're integrating into the police, and we also want to integrate into fire for these different types of projects. Caitlin Hooten did a job shadow with us from Allen County Schools, and after about 10 or 15 questions with her and showing us what we did, I could see that she thought spatially, which, if you picture yourself from above and where you are in the map and stuff like that, not everybody thinks that way, but she did. And I actually had her start doing some projects with us while she was there on one day, and she was very good at the technology and very good at thinking how systems integrated, and that's what we're really looking for, and I offered an internship for us this summer. So she was really excited about that. The current projects is the next point that I wanted to talk to you all about, and please mark out March and put in April, because this is for April. For our emergency management, we were able to update, change 35 addresses in the city. We're still working with the CAD vendors to update our parcel layers and the fire districts and all that kind of stuff. We're still moving forward with boundary updates for the fire districts throughout the county. We have completed the physical emergency map book, and we've started to hand those out. We haven't given them to everybody, and nobody has asked for training, although we are available for training for those map books. In the next section that I want to talk about is support for Scottsville crew, water, sewer, and gas. And I'm just backing up data that we were hearing from Greg as far as the different projects we're dealing with manholes, which would be the sewer. We have located 813 out of 917 manholes and brought them up to the exact latitude and longitude. We pop the manholes and take a look inside and say, you know, how old they are based on if it's poured concrete, if it's one piece, or some of these are made brick by brick. It's very interesting to see a manhole that's been in place that's over 50 years of age.
Scott, will we have to wait till the next snowfall before we can identify the rest of the manholes?
Yes and no. When it comes to snowfall, the manhole is hot, and the snow melts on top of the manhole, so that always gives you a good option to go out
Kind of interesting,
and
actually.
find those manholes.
Who would have thought?
We have actually located a couple of additional manholes just through our process where they're going to manholes and they're like, there should be a manhole here based on distance, because you have to have manholes ever so often. And we've been able to update some of those, and we're moving forward, and sometimes we find that the manholes are full of waste products, and that tells us that there's a leak going on. If it's just sitting there, it's more of a clog. And if there's a huge amount of water running through it, we might have a water pipe that is connected somehow to the manhole, and we start searching for that kind of stuff. So this is once again how we integrate into the sewer projects. We are continuing on with our gas meter location. We've located 1,109 of 1,676, where we're going up to the gas meters, taking pictures of them, saying what type of gas meter it is. So if we ever update our gas meters, we know the locations of which type of gas meter they are, how many there are, and their locations. We are in the midst of a hydrant flush where we're flushing out all of the hydrants to make sure that the water meets certain specifications. And we started that a couple weeks ago, and we're moving along with it. 69 out of 295 hydrants that will be flushing. We are also going through water pressure testing to see how much water can come out if two hydrants are opening up at one time. So this is really good information for the fire department as well as insurance companies. And we're working with insurance companies to show all the data so people can get maybe some insurance breaks in the next few years over the data that we're providing. We also have a water leak report. 32,122 gallons of water was used by fire trucks, hydrovac fill-ups, line breaks, and things like that. So we also have a project, the Mayor Circle, and we have, I think we're moving very rapidly along with the Android version of this, and the Apple version of this, you can, we're still working back and forth because they have specific standards that they have in place that we're wanting to move this through, but.
On that app?
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting to get all that done. Jada's been working on that to get all the agreements and license and whatever, and just the logistics of it, right? But it's going to be, what we've seen, it's going to be pretty cool, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
In fact, Owen Radcliffe is our high school intern from Allen County Schools that has been helping us with that. And he's going to be finishing up because graduation, I think, is Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So we also have the brownfields inventory, which Jada has been the lead on this. And we've had community input and engagement. We've gone out and done some student listening sessions to hear what students at Allen County Schools have to say about what they want to see change or update here in the city and in the county. So that's once again, GIS is reaching out not only in the city as our primary job, but within the county on specific activities. So the cemetery project, we have been mapping all of the headstones in all of our cemeteries. And we have 1,734 headstones that have not been mapped yet. We've located them, we just haven't filled out the data. We've taken pictures. Of those that we have located, there's 1,860 that need to be updated, and we have mapped and updated 2,409. We also, Jada is in the process of getting her drone license, so we can reach out to the county and start doing these types of things for the county. And that's where Cameron Hernandez will come in, working with that. And we've already trained him in the city stuff, and we're waiting to find out if we can hire him in the county with the budget process that we have coming up this week and over the next couple of weeks with the
If
county.
Jada, if Jada gets trained in FFA drone, will she be able to fly jets too? Just curious.
No, she already has her license for flying jets up
Okay.
through 747.
Okay, good.
But, drone license, it's a different beast altogether.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's just banter back and forth. She doesn't really fly those. She's retired Air Force.
Yeah.
And it's really strange that she's only 23 and yet retired Air Force. Okay, so in addition to that, we have a work order dashboard for the county. Did we just run out of?
We run out of time.
Okay, thank you very much. So, we have, in the, work order dashboard for Allen County, we're, training Cameron to update that, as well as road crew work orders and animal control.
Hold on just a second. Can you hear him though? Oh, you can on the okay, all right, okay,
The
sure.
speaker drop.
Okay, all right.
To date, I was not able to find out how many, animal control reports for April were in the city. But I can say for the entire county, there were 13 incidents that were reported through animal control and 34 incidents that were reported through 911 dispatch. Now, if 911 dispatch receives a report, they also forward that to the animal control person, Jonathan Carter. But if people call directly to animal control or call through the fiscal court, they enter that data a little bit differently. Does anybody have any questions?
A lot of good stuff going on fire. Love the interns and
Yes.
the relationship with the high school. Embry is, I don't know if y'all know Heather Pierce, that's her son, and
Yes.
did a great job.
Once again, GIS is a secondary integration, and I've shown how we're developing and crossing multiple silos. And some of those additional silos will be getting into fire department, law enforcement, and there's all kinds of data. I was writing down the data that was listed by Jackie with the Drug Task Force. We don't want to see where those specific people were, because that's none of the public's business. But I would certainly like to get into the data that's provided by Jackie, so we can run an analysis of how things are going as far as what specific types of drugs are they increasing or decreasing, and alternative ways that we can address these types of things. So that's how the information systems, computer-based mapping, can work for us in the future. Anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, just real quick, something I wanted to add, not to Scott, you can go ahead. If you're going out, if anybody's going out one-on-one, you may see that there's work being done on Sumitomo water tank. We've got it out of service and doing maintenance on it, and it's getting painted, washed out, complete washout, cleaned out on the inside. Also doing scan on it to see for any other needs that needs to be on the inside. It's part of our maintenance program that we've got set up for the tank, and they've done got it pressure washed, the outside painted, the first coat, and they'll probably be doing the second coat this week. So.
Yeah, we did the White Plains, 3 or 4 years ago, and so then we'll do Sumitomo the next year, or maybe a couple, 3 years. It's expensive, but it's a long-term project. And then, of course, Maysville Road, of course, Sumitomo is 300,000 gallons, and then White Plains is 500,000, and then Maysville is 1 million gallons. So that'll be the big daddy that we'll do down the road, but it's gonna be very expensive to do that, so it takes time. Evelina has to sign off on that. But it's long-term maintenance that's being done, and I think they'll have the new logo on, like they did at White Plains. They'll have the new city logo. So it's a nice, it's a needed project, and it's long-term maintenance for the down the road. Because it's very expensive to build a new water tank. I know the one out on 231, the county built, I don't know, no telling what, $2 or $3 million easy, maybe more than that, I don't know. We've talked about a new tank at Maysville, but probably cheaper to paint it and maintenance and so forth right now. So, okay, all right, yeah, that is a great project though, part of the long-term maintenance. Dylan? Dylan's had an active weekend. Yeah, back and forth. Had some water leaks. You might want to talk a little bit about that. Or maybe you don't. You don't want to bring it back up.
For the month of April 2026, the water plant treated 28,530,000 gallons with an average daily production of 951,000 gallons, and we had no violations. During the month, the plant analyzed 1,577 compliance process control samples, including 78 distribution samples, 20 samples sent to a certified lab for analysis, and 13 regulatory compliance documents were submitted to the EPA and Division of Water. We had A1 Plumbing. They pumped 45 loads from our East Sludge Lagoon. Labtronics came and did the quarterly calibrations on all of our lab equipment and flow meters. We had some gutters and soffit repaired on some of the buildings that had come loose and just had some wear from just being old.
Mm-hmm.
And this month we also flushed, I've got 70, Scott said 69 fire hydrants.
That's close.
On the north side
Even
of town.
for horseshoes. Okay.
That's
So
all
you
I
had
got.
busy. So we've had, of course, the new development out on Holland Road, the duplexes. We've been doing some work out there, and then we've had, what, two leaks, and it's been affecting the pressure for some reason, and we don't know why, but up where across from the Tabernacle, there's 5 or 6 houses in there. Karen Britt, Luella Height, Opal. There's 2 or 3 and Jeff Cook down through there. That area, for some reason, I guess it's because it's a high point. Every time you have a breach on either side, on the lower side, it decreases their water pressure. So we were able to give them pressure Saturday night. 9:30, 10 o'clock. We were able to get them some service. It's pretty late, but anyway, because we don't want anybody to get up and go to church Sunday morning, can't take a shower if you need to, right? And that's what, I mean, seriously. So we were able to tap in a little bit to the county, I guess, for now, but hopefully we're going to be able, we've got one house up there that's got water. And we're thinking, because we've done a lot of research up there, or some exploration, so hopefully we're going to be able to find a line that will avoid when there's, because when you reduce the pressure on both sides, they're the ones that suffer. So we're working on that. So that was Dylan's weekend, and Greg and everybody. So anyway, but hopefully we'll get it resolved. So thanks.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Assistant Sexton Lauren Cherry.
For Crescent Hill Cemetery for the month of April, there was 1 burial for the month. 6 lots were purchased. Cemetery employees have been mowing, removing old flowers, filling graves, and getting everything ready for Memorial Day.
Okay. All right. Colin? Colin has had an active weekend too. He was out and about yesterday and had his family stop by for a sewer visit. So, I mean, I'm telling you all, it just never, I mean, it's all something all, I mean, you know, and they're dedicated. It doesn't make any difference. They're very in tune to what is going on. And I appreciate that. Taking out time, you know, having a family course, you know, Morgan and the kids sitting there, and, you know, it can't be too exciting. To be watching. So, anyway, go ahead.
For the month of April 2026, Scottsville Wastewater Treatment Plant, reports completed, monthly flow report, monthly discharge report to the state, smoker's annual discharge permit. We treated 13,608,000 gallons of water, had 1.8 inches of rain, had 2 loads of dry matter pressed and hauled to Glasgow landfill for a total of 28.92 tons, 450 pump checks performed at the plant, 900 pump checks performed at pump stations, 1,424 process control tests performed, and 510 analytical tests collected and sent to the certified lab. Side notes, we delivered the permit to Smuckers for 26 and 27. Had Brooks come and installed an alternator on our influent pump station. Replaced the door on our thickener building, and had Young's come and fix the door on our generator and service the generator while they were there.
Thank you. So just follow up my comment. I want to say that you've heard just a little bit about what they do, irregardless of what day it is, weekend, so forth. Greg, of course, Dylan and Colin, but also the barn crew. I mean, they were out there working and doing what they have to do. And, we've talked to Daniel Harrington Saturday night. I mean, I'm just telling you that people don't see that, but there's stuff going on all the time. And we have the employees of the city are excellent in what they do and the dedication. And I want to personally say I appreciate that. But more importantly, the citizens and the taxpayers should understand that they have a great crew that works for them every day. It doesn't make any difference when it is. And we want to make sure that services that are not disrupted. And I want to say thank you. That comes from Greg, who is the superintendent, who is, I think, the glue. So I appreciate him, but everybody involved. And I just want to say thank you for that. So a couple notes, and then we'll go. The VFW 5712, they're in the process of the flag project out here at 231-31E. It's a little small. It's a little embarrassing. Well, not embarrassing. Well, kind of. The memorial out there. And so what has started is a project to raise money we're going to move it. We talked to Eric Hagan. So what we're going to do is we're going to be moving it, apparently, according to the state, that we could replace the existing memorial flag if we kept the same parameters, same height, whatever. Well, we want to make it much bigger. It's going to be like 70 feet. It's going to be like, whatever. And so we're going to move it on private property on the medical center behind the digital sign up on the very top. It's going to be honestly, it's going to be a lot better spot, pinnacle, where you'll be able to see it from both sides. And so they've been raising money, and the total project cost of the materials is about $12,000. And I think we're there. I think we got 11.5. I think we got another 2,000 Friday. So the VFW is going to go ahead and write the check for the full amount and send it in, and we'll be, taking in the balance of the donations. And Smuckers is the one that started this with an initial investment of $5,000. And then once they put out the flyer and the word got around, people were all over it. And Carl Klein, he's been all over this, just different things, everybody, a lot of input, but it's really taken off. And the city actually is going to do the work. I mean, we're actually going to do the installation. Brian didn't know this yet, but I'm going to talk to Brian Gunner about using of course, he's always great about the crane to lift so thank you, Brian. And and then we're just waiting now on IMI. We're going to talk to them about maybe the concrete donation. But other than that, the community, man, I'm telling you.
Are we going to have a big flag?
Oh, it's going to be big. Yeah, you're going to be able to see it. And it may not be, what is it, Harley Davidson big, or what's the Camp World? Yeah, it's not maybe going to be that, but it's going to be a lot bigger than what it is. But thank you for the community. Everybody's involved in this project, so really appreciate that. And like we said, he said earlier, the new city app, I can't wait till this gets online hot so everybody can get it. It's going to be a really update, much more user-friendly. Would have been nice to have it this weekend so we could send out the alerts on the boil water advisory. But GIS does an excellent job. The department does that. Also, he talked about the Mayor's Circle. It's a monthly newsletter that Jada does. It's got all the information, county, city, whatever. We don't really care. We just want to make sure people get the word out. But it comes out. You can subscribe to it. It comes in an email. If you haven't, I encourage you to. I think I do try to forward it. I don't know. You all probably get it, but I try to get it out as much as possible. It's got a lot of good information in it, and it's another opportunity for outreach. I've got 2 podcasts out. Which one? Let's see. I know one is I've got one out with Ella, my daughter, and then I've got another one out. Who did I do the other one with? No. Who was that? I can't remember. Wow, that was just last week. What? Somebody help me out. I forgot who did it. I sat down with them. Who was it? I can't remember. Wow, I've drawn a blank. Anyway, okay. Does anybody know? Remember the podcast? So nobody's listening. Okay, well, thank you all. I can't remember who it is. Don't remember? Anyway, okay. Anyway, there's 2 podcasts out, and just another outreach opportunity. So I don't have anything else. Any other business?
Mayor,
Yes.
Saturday, May.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday, May 16th will be the grand opening of the addition to the depot. We'll have, the museum will be open. We'll have music, a trio that does songs that have railroad lyrics. And we'll have some food and some tours of the property. So encourage everybody to come. 10 to 3.
10:30?
10 to 3.
10 to 3.
10 to 3 on Saturday.
Okay. It's out publicized, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
our trio is doing some radio spots, so you'll hear from one of the guys in the that's in the trio that'll be performing.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh, and Jada Barnett was the other for the podcast. Anyway, everybody talks. You read about Job in the Bible, stuff about patience. This man right here, I'm telling you, he's giving Job a run for his money. I'm telling you, this has really. There's been so many COVID, all the different obstacles have come across, but the community has really, backed up the project. But you finally got your caboose.
Yeah, caboose finally got here.
That was a project in itself.
Oh yeah, it had a wreck getting here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
And the Mennonites have already repaired the damage to the caboose.
Oh wow.
So
it's going to be a great opportunity to see a project that has taken a while to get here, but it's certainly going to be an asset to the community. So, other than that, I don't have any other business. If not, I'll ask a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? All right. We're adjourned. Thank y'all.